Chris's first point about no one laying a glove on Biden tonight is A, true, and B, it makes 80% of the advanced press coverage of tonight wrong. All of us on our various broadcasts had guests for days who have been saying, you don't want to be Joe Biden. He's going to be the invisible piñata. It didn't happen, and that's notable. Second, when Klobuchar says winning back the Senate is a big priority for the Democrats, a lot of Democrats' heads just exploded because they see the opposite in reality. They see a ton of potentially attractive candidates across this country, many of whom lost their last time out, not being used in an attempt to win the Senate.
Well, and I think that what's become clear 2.5 years in is that Donald Trump's two most dangerous allies are Bill Barr, the current Attorney General, and Mitch McConnell, who makes into policy everything that Donald Trump tweets with his little thumbs. So I think that it's a bigger problem, right, just than what Donald Trump says and does. It's that he's got enablers in Congress. So I think there's sort of this idea that senators and obviously Democrats elect more senators than Republicans, or nominate more senators. But I think that the senators are showing themselves as very well suited for sort of addressing some of these structural problems we have.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.